And finally, where we're left today is Donald Trump came out today and said that we are going to take it. It was almost like a by any means necessary kind of situation, of statement. And when asked how he was going to do this, he said, "You'll find out."
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out.
So now we're sort of left with a situation where, will the United States have a military intervention to take over the land? What would that even look like? Real quick, we can talk about that briefly. The Danes do not have a military force that could even come close to the military operations of the United States military. Neither does really any country in Europe or all of the Europeans put together. So the United States would really just sort of, if they did choose to go with a military operation, it would just really be as simple as going in there, occupying it, and then saying they have it. Now, is that going to get to that point? I don't think so, and for a few reasons. But of course, there's a number of options on the table: buying Greenland, doing this sort of occupation, forcing a deal. All those things are possibilities. But I do want to show both sides to this. Why might he want to do this? Why might people be opposed to this? First, for the reasons why this is important and why the United States military apparatus sees this as a valuable place, why the Trump administration sees this as a valuable place. Well, firstly, this comes back to this hemispheric alignment that we talked about with Venezuela. Greenland is, of course, very close to the United States. It's something that represents a strategic asset from that point of view, but it's also important from a trading perspective. Now, people will talk about this in terms of global warming. This really does, you can argue that it's just a cyclical thing, which is that Greenland has access to the North Pole, the Arctic, the Northwest Passage, which allows trade from really all sides of the world due to that access to the Arctic. That seems to be opening up recently. The technology has progressed to the point where vessels can maneuver around the Arctic much easier, and so this has become much more important. Other countries have picked up on this. So we've seen a lot of Chinese investment, similar to the situation that's going on in Venezuela, there in Greenland. There has been talks of acquisitions of research bases and different potential dual use facilities I talked about last time, which potentially could be used as military assets in the future, but are really just Chinese business investments at the moment. Russia is, of course, very interested in the Arctic because of their proximity to it, but also their competitive nature with the United States. So that's coming into play. The other thing that must be considered is, in an event of a conflict between Russia and the United States, of course, that would be a nuclear conflict. In order to prevent that, Donald Trump has spoken about what's called a Golden Dome. People might have heard that before. That's, of course, a play on Israel's Iron Dome, which is meant to shoot down sort of short-range projectiles. What the Golden Dome, when Trump speaks about that, he's speaking of the ability to shoot down long-range ballistic nuclear missiles that would be shot at the United States. Now, if Russia, which is in many ways our primary adversary, what people are always scared about in an event of a nuclear conflict, it's been like that since the Cold War. If they sent nuclear missiles to the United States, it would actually come, people don't know this, from the north. They'd send it over the north in order to hit the United States. That would go over Greenland. And so there's speculation in the Trump administration that in order to make this Golden Dome, this anti-missile defense system work, they would need a very strict control, secret control that wouldn't have the Danes being invested or kind of being very slow to make these sorts of agreements with the military base. The United States would need access to Greenland in order to make that Golden Dome a reality. Now, so those are the apparent things that people have said. There's other reasons, such as the raw materials that are present in Greenland. There's many of them. It's difficult to extract them. The United States would be able to. That comes into play as well.
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you want to see the full video, you're going to have to go to pelicanplus.com and sign up for our groundbreaking, truly Catholic platform. You can find your favorite podcasts. You can find your favorite prayers. You can find your favorite authors and even your favorite books. Visit pelicanplus.com and find out more.